Right, SVG is the greatest race car driver ever. The greatest NASCAR driver ever. There's just no argument. He's kicking the NASCAR driver's ass. He's showing them how it's done. He's gone over there and he's just demoralised them and shown them how much better he is than everybody else. This is the spiel the drivel that you read on the internet everywhere. It's just out of control. His supercar fans are going to turn people off him with the rubbish that they're spewing. Here's some facts. He's had 9 starts on road courses in the Cup Series. He's won 3 times. I'm not arguing that that's not great. It is great. But he's had 9 starts in the Cup Series. He's won 3 times. 1 race in 2023, his first race. Obviously, there's caveats to that race, but if you're not smart enough to understand what those caveats are, there's no point in you even watching the video. They didn't win any last year. In fact, at Watkins Glen, Chris Buescher handed his ass to him, out-muscled him and out-drove him to win. I'm sure that SVG learned a big lesson last year about that sort of racing and probably won't let that happen again, but he had his ass handed to him by Chris Buescher. And this year he's won 2 on street courses. Well, you can argue that Mexico is listed as a permanent racetrack, but a lot of it's street course. It's around a park. It's in the middle of the city. But anyway, it's semantics. We won't worry about that. But anyway, he's won 2 races he's won 3 out of 9. So he's obviously beatable. He's been beaten 6 times. He's been beaten 6 times in the Cup Series by Cup drivers. These same Cup drivers that the supercar drivers keep telling us aren't as good as him. 66% of the time they've beaten him. 66% of the time the Cup drivers have beaten Shane Van Gisbergen on a circuit racing track. So the guys that can't do it and don't know what they're doing and can't turn right are beating him 66% of the time. And also remember that SVG is yet to win on a permanent NASCAR road course in the Cup Series. Still hasn't won on a permanent permanent road course track in the Cup Series. So stop getting so carried away. The guy's great and he's doing a great job and he's creating publicity and he's putting more eyes on the sport and it's fantastic. And I'm at Chicago. I was sitting on my lounge going for him to win the race. And I'll be going for him to win the race at Sonoma this weekend. I think that's going to be a tough one for him to win. A lot of guys there are really good there. Michael McDowell especially is really good there. So I think he's going to find it hard to win at Sonoma with all the guys on an equal playing field with him. Because remember, he's got 15 years experience on street circuits. And a street circuit is a different animal to a road circuit. So calm down, you guys. You completely put so much pressure on this guy and so much. You expect too much from him. You're expecting way too much from this guy so early in his career. And you completely underestimate how good the Cup drivers are. The Cup drivers aren't mugs. The Cup drivers have been doing this stuff a long time. The Cup drivers don't just drive in NASCAR. They race in the Rolex 24-hour and other races around the world. They're not mugs. You got to educate yourselves more about NASCAR drivers and what they do and how good they are, because they're not idiots. I think that we'll never know, but if the yellow came out like it should have on at Chicago, when Cody Ware crashed and the field was restarted. He would have had the 45 up with him at the start with fresher tyres and just as fast a car and just as good a driver, I believe. I think that it would have been hard for SVG to win. I think that he may still have won, we don't know, but with 6 lap fresher tyres on the 45, I think there's a fair chance that that the result might have been different. But it's in the record books. He won the race. Congratulations, and I hope it continues with the success. But you supercar fans, calm down. And let me just tell you something. Heel toe right foot braking isn't a black magic art. It's not. He's not magic. Everyone does what used to do this. It's old school driving. Most people stopped doing it by the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. When the Jericho gearbox came in, most people stopped because it was unnecessary to heel toe anymore. Everyone throughout the world, left foot brakes. Find me a category, a high level, top level international category anywhere in the world in tin top racing where drivers heel toe apart from supercar. Because in supercar they do it for one reason. They do it because they have a lock spool, which is also very antiquated and very old-fashioned. And I know I'm reading up more about the supercar stuff, that there are a lot of guys who are fighting to get rid of that from the series, because it's pretty stupid to have into 2025 to have a locked final drive in a race car. So heel towing in those cars, in a supercar, is necessary. And Shane said himself, the only reason he does it in racing in the NASCAR series is because that's what he knows. That's what he knows. And he said he doesn't think it gives him any advantage. It's all the media and everyone else is carrying on saying it's giving him an advantage, because a lot of these guys in the media are really young and don't remember that everyone used to do it. It's not new. It's not flash. It's not a black art. It's not magic. It's nothing special. Everyone did it until there was no need for it anymore. Just absolutely there was no need for it anymore, so everyone stopped. Except supercar, because as I said, they have a lock spool. They have to do it. There might be a couple of little advantages to it. It's definitely slower. There's no argument that it's slower. So I wonder whether SVG would even be faster if he learned how to left foot brake. I know he's left foot braking on the ovals, and he has been doing some sim time practicing left foot braking on the road courses as well. So maybe if he does that, he might get even faster. Cam Waters did left foot braking when he came over and drove the Racecar. So he took it on board. Anyway, calm down. He's doing a great job, but he's not the Messiah. Okay? Cheers.